Today, before I get started on anything, we need to do some work on this Miata MX-5 Roadster, whatever you want to call it. It sounds terrible, it's got a terrible ticking noise, and I want to give it back to Albo, hopefully resolving that issue. Also, I'm just going to do a general service on it, flush out all the old oil, any gunk in there, fill it up with some nice fully synthetic 10W60 oil, which is what a lot of the guys here in Japan recommended to put it in, because apparently that really helps out the lifters in these. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. First time working on a Miata MX-5 Roadster, that's what we'll call it. Let's get to it. So this is everything I got for the car. Got some really nice Takumi 10W60 fully synthetic high performance racing oil. Great for cars that are, you know, getting pushed to the limits, I guess. We got ourselves really simple pitwork oil filter for the car. We got the engine flush, which is made by Wacos. I don't know how to pronounce that, but anyways, yeah, pretty much you put this in the engine, run for 10 minutes, then drain it all out. And we got the car tampon. For you guys that don't know what this is, in Japan, this is how you dispose of your old oil when you do an oil change. It's pretty much a box with a bag full of absorbing things, and you just drain your oil straight into that, tie it off with a zip tie, and you put it in the garbage and they pick it up. That's it. So aka we call them the car tampon. So anyways, let's get started, get this oil change done, and hopefully the ticking noise goes away. Hopefully you guys can hear it, but it ticks pretty loud. It's not the nicest thing. This thing's pretty low too, so putting her up on ramps before I jack her up, because I don't have any of my good tools here. They're all in the back of the Skyline, which kind of sucks. All right, bring this thing up on the ramps. There we go. Alrighty, pop the hood, shut her off. Okay, so I've just been going over everything on the car and checking everything, and we can really see here that it's got a really bad valve cover gasket leak all the way along here, and it's just been leaking all down the back of the engine here, everywhere. So that's kind of really gross. It's also all here on the power steering pump there, if you can see that. And it just gets worse. Like, the more and more you go around, you can just see more and more of it leaking. So I'll let him know that he needs to get that done ASAP, because that's probably not helping his oil issue with, if it's, you know, getting low on oil and stuff like that. It's probably because it's just pissing out everywhere. But otherwise, yeah, we'll try and clean everything down with a brake cleaner. We'll try and just nip down the valve cover bolts as well a little bit, and hopefully that might, you know, have a bit more pressure on that gasket, stop it from leaking. But that's super common. After a few, like 5 or 10 years, generally got to replace those anyways. But yeah, otherwise, gonna use the crappiest jack that I have in the world to jack this thing up so I can get under there, and then we'll run the flusher through it. Let's see, what's the oil look like? Oh, yummy. Okay, let's jack her up, get this thing done. Okay, so we're gonna put this engine flush in there now. It's kind of funny, it's like, it's literally like you open it like a can of soda. It's kind of funny, like an old school can of soda. Alrighty, this thing's ready. Does it smell weird? It smells kind of nice. Pour this in. Feels so weird pouring something like this into an engine. That's what it says. Just going to read it again. Directions: add to motor oil, idle engine for 10 to 15 minutes, drain crankcase while oil is still hot. So we're going to let the car run for 10 to 15 minutes, and then it should be all nice and clean, and all the gunk should be sitting in the bottom of the sump, and we'll drain it all, go from there. Kind of nervous to start this now that I put that in there. That lift the tick straight away. All right, we'll let it idle for 10-15, keeping an eye on it, making sure no loud noises happen, and we should be good. Okay, so I've got everything draining out now. I've also switched on a new oil filter, which was a bit fun to get to. And I also cleaned up a whole bunch of like the oil and stuff that was on the head, on top of, sorry, the valve cover. But it looks like that this used to be polished at some point or something. So I might let Albo know as well that if he just gives us a good scrub, it'll come up really, really nice. But yeah, we're just gonna let it sit for like 15-20 minutes while the last bit of oil kind of drips out of the oil pan, and then we'll pick it up from there. All right, so I've gotten the car off the ramps, everything's all drained and stuff. Actually, I'll show you what it looks like This is it pretty much. Literally like a car tampon. Everything just gets absorbed in there. Kind of looks gross. But anyways, we're going to pour the oil in now. Hopefully it gets rid of the ticking, makes it quieter, and overall the engine should run a bit smoother now. So let's get to it. I feel like every car guy like has nightmares of pouring oil in their engine and just pouring it everywhere all over like the valve cover. Like if car guys have nightmares, this is what our nightmares will be, is us spilling engine oil everywhere. So fingers crossed. Oh, so far so good. Yeah boy. Look at that liquid gold pouring in. Now obviously the oil filter is going to get take a bit of the oil too when that fills up, so I'll pour a bit more extra in. Start her up. Let the oil pump around, and then we'll check the level again. Okay, so moment of truth, I'm expecting it to still have a bit of a tick when it first starts till the oil pumps around. Whoa. Oh my gosh. It's so quiet now. That's awesome. Yeah, wow. Guys, there's no ticking anymore. It's so much quieter. Oh my gosh. It literally doesn't tick anymore. That is so cool. Oh man, I can't believe that's all it was just different, like the wrong oil. Dude, there you guys go. So it looks like do an engine flush that cleans out all your lifters, and then get yourself some high performance, what's it say? Yeah, fully synthetic 10W60, 10W50 or 15W50. And that's that. There you go. No more tick, 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 tick. Man, that is so, I'm so happy. That's great. Okay, so I've got everything packed up and I just want to start this again, see if there's any ticking at all still. Man, it starts so good now. That's crazy. Like I would expect it to tick a little bit at the start, but it doesn't even do that. That is so good. Man, who would have thought just needed a flush and a good bit of oil. The car sounds so much better when driving now. Like it doesn't have any rattles or ticks that it used to have. I can't get over the difference that made, just good oil. And the oil pressure too, huge difference. Before it would like always idle on 2, but now it's like at about 3. And if you pump it, give it a little pump, it goes all the way up to like 5 and 6 really easily. So it's good to see a better oil pressure there as well. Anyways, I'm pulling into the post office now, gonna send off all of these massive amounts of orders here. And then we may actually end up going to Yashio factory again today. I'll explain in a little bit. We're at 7-Eleven and you guys know exactly what that means. My favorite 7-Eleven Georgia coffee blend. Let's do this, everyone quiet. There we go, guys. All right, gonna head to Yashio factory. A couple more orders came in last night, and to save money on Okachan shipping them to May, and then May shipping them from her work to you guys, I figured while I'm still here and I got time, oh man, just listen to that thing purr now. I figured I'd go pick it up today. So we're going to go see Okachan again. Oh man. All right, tomorrow I'm flying to Brisbane, so that's going to be a fun vlog as well, because I'll be vlogging while I'm on the plane most likely. But yeah, let's get to Yashio factory and go from there. I just spotted a little Mini Cooper on the back of Okachan's tow truck. I wonder what his plans are for that. All right, so I finished up at Yashio factory and I'm heading to meet up with May. Unfortunately, Okachan was super busy with meetings and stuff, so I had to actually sit there and wait quite a while just to be able to pick up the stock and stuff. So that's kind of thrown me out a bit, but we're heading to catch up with May and we'll pick up the vlog once I finish driving. We are at the cinemas right now. We're gonna go catch Marvel. What is it? Wait, what movie is it?
Captain
Captain Marvel.
Are you really?
And that is Albo and Albo's girlfriend, and this is my wife, I think. Yeah, cool. Double date, continuing. Double date, start now. So what do you think of the movie? Captain Marvel, was it good?
Yeah.
We gotta go ride our banana now.
I thought.
Oh.
Banana.
Well, Albo's banana. Wait a minute, that sounds bad. We're gonna be taking the Roadster, obviously. Oi! Don't scratch it. Captain Marvel was awesome. Not gonna give any spoilers whatsoever, but it was a really good film. It was super long, but it just answers a whole bunch of questions. And it even shows you how Fury lost his eye, which is pretty cool. We'll leave it with that. Okay, so I've just gotten home and I am completely exhausted and about to pass out. I look like I'm not alive. Trying to think of the words to say right now, but today was fun. Fixed the ticking noise in the Miata MX-5 Roadster. Tomorrow I give it back to Albo before my flight tomorrow night. So it'll be a little bit sad to not have that anymore, but when I come back to Japan, 33.4 will be done, fixed and ready, which means more skids. Yay. Okay, all I can think about is putting my head on the pillow and passing out. So thanks heaps for watching, guys. Make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. Get a SAMMIT sticker, link down in the description. I'll catch you all in the next one as we travel to Australia. Peace out, guys.